Hi guys, happy Thursday. All right, so today we're going to be reading chapters 22 and 23. All right, you guys are just going to be charting on your own, what happened in chapter 22 and chapter 23. Okay, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. Yay! All right, chapter 22. In almost 9.5 years of life, I've never had a big group of kids over, except my birthday parties in kindergarten and first grade. In my book, those do not count. Back then, Mom always made me invite everyone in my class to come because it's polite. I even had to invite Jessica Anderson. She even avoided talking to me at my own party. This time is different. I am over the moon excited about having my first big group hangout at home. Everyone who's coming over wants to come over. Nobody is being forced. The best part is that Stanley is going to be there too. He just got back from Texas. I haven't seen him yet, but he called yesterday and promised to be there. Mom had one requirement before allowing me to have everyone come over. She insisted everything in the house be sparkling clean for my club meeting. A clean house makes a person feel welcome, she says. I nod my head. I don't love cleaning, but if this is what I have to do to have my meeting in the house, I'll do it. First thing Saturday morning, Mom reviews my tasks before my group comes over. Okay, Miss C. Musketeer, will you clean your room and el baño? Yes, I'll clean my room and the bathroom. I'll even clean under my bed, I reply. As I clean, I find weird things under my bed, like one of Biscuit's dog treats. I guess he has had another favorite spot in our home beside our backyard. By the time I'm done cleaning, Nick comes down for breakfast. He still has a blanket wrapped around him. He drapes himself with a blanket whenever he is sleepy. I could hear you two giggling earlier, says Nick, mumbling. Nick slumps over onto the couch. I'm still a little hurt when I think about the cleanup day. I've been sort of ignoring him. It's been easy since he's been at work, but then I think about what Mom said, and I decide to give it a try. I walk over to him. Nick, could you help me with my club? What club? He asks drowsily. My feelings are a little hurt, but at least he's listening to me. My Saving the Oceans Club. The kids from the beach cleanup, me plus Stanley and Jenny have started a club called the Sea Musketeers. We want to raise money to save the oceans. I show him the pledge I designed. It has all the signatures from camp. This looks great, he says, handing it back to me. Our first meeting is today. Will you come? Oh, he rubs his eyes. I'm going to hang out with my friends from work today, but I'll be an unofficial member, okay? I frown a little. Nick notices that I'm let down. What if I'm your club mentor? That's even better than a member. I can help you with ideas. All the best companies have a mentor. I smile a little and shrug. I'll take that as a yes. Now pour me a glass of chocolate milk and we'll get started. Turns out Nick is a pretty great mentor. On the Marine Mammal Center website, he finds a way for the group to create its own fundraising page. We decide that's who we're going to donate our bake sale money to. With Mom's permission, we create a page. After breakfast, Nick goes back to his room. That's okay with me too, because soon there's a knock on the door. It's Stanley. Howdy, Stella. I'm here for our meeting. His skin is tan from all the time spent outdoors in Texas. I give him a hug, even though his hands are filled. In one hand, he has a box of his M&M cookies. Mom and I thought that I might need them since I'm meeting new kids, he grins. In the other, he is carrying a new book entitled 50 Ways to Save the Ocean. On the back, it has, in big letters, Clean, Protect, Conserve, and Enjoy Our Magnificent Oceans. That's for our meeting, he says. I've been doing my own research too. I also have a crowd pleasing joke. Want to hear it? Sure, Stanley leans in. What did the Pacific Ocean say to the Atlantic Ocean? I don't know, I reply. Stanley starts giggling. Nothing. It just waved. I groan. The joke might not be the best, but it's great to have Stanley back. Jenny shows up next. I give her a super tight hug. I made you another best friend bracelet, she says. As I place the bracelet next to the other on my wrist, I know everything is fine between us. Before the rest of the group shows up, Jenny shows off her completed choreography to Stanley and me. Jenny's performance is marvelous. You're so good, Jenny, I say. She bows. When she lifts up her head, her face is glowing. Thank you. We're going to have our recital next week. Will you come? They're going to have a big reception and everything. Yes. Suddenly, I have a bright idea. The biggest and greatest idea. Guys, what if we do our bake sale there? At the dance recital? Asks Jenny. Stanley high fives me. Jenny squeals, yes, I think we have to check, but there will be plenty of people. The doorbell starts ringing. One by one, everyone shows up. Marielle is the last to arrive. I open the door to almost everyone except for Marielle. I was too busy grabbing the snacks for the group. I didn't even realize she made it until I headed over to the living room to check. I glance over to see Marielle speaking Spanish with Mom perfectly. Marielle even makes Mom laugh. I like her. She has such a fun Puerto Rican accent. Mom whispers to me when I enter the living room. I feel a little roja, but this time it's jealousy. I envy that Marielle can speak Spanish so well with my mom. She can even tell her jokes that make her laugh. The only time mom laughs when I speak in Spanish is when I've made a cute mistake. Then I realize maybe if I had tried to speak some Spanish with Marielle, I might have learned more about her. Like, I never knew Marielle was Puerto Rican, and I was with her all week. I just never bothered to ask her questions like, where are you from? Or what is your favorite color? I was just too intimidated and concerned about myself to try. Marielle is inspecting our home. She picks up my new al- alebrije from Oaxaca. It's in the shape of a giraffe and bird. I walk up to her as she studies all the patterns. Hi, the meeting is up in my room. What's this? I like it, asks Marielle as she touches the wings. It's an alebrije. It's from Mexico. It's a fantastical creature that is supposed to be a guide for people in the afterlife. That's cool, she smiles, putting it down. My mom says you're from Puerto Rico, I ask. Yep, well, my family is. My parents moved to Miami before they had me. I was born there. Cool. Then there is a long pause. I'm not sure what else to ask her right now, and the club is waiting. Well, let's go to the meeting, I reply. Marielle follows me up to my room and we launch our first meeting. Logan begins by asking everyone if they agree on the names Sea Musketeers for the group. We get 5 yeses and one gigantic awesome from Stanley. Now that that's settled, I continue. We might have the perfect location for our bake sale, Jenny's dance recital. It's one of the largest dance camps in the city, and many people will be there too, adds Jenny proudly. Great idea, says Kristen. Do we have anything else at the bake sale besides the pledge? Asks Stanley. I see that he has no problem fitting in. Like usual, he just handed out his M&M cookies. As I pick up a cookie, I begin to feel a little nervous. I don't have anything else to add. I'm out of new ideas for my group already. I regret hosting the club at my casa. I can't sneak away from my own house. That reminds me, says Kristen. My sister started a blog page with the pledge. Suddenly, I have something to add. Wait, I have a fundraising page too. My brother Nick helped me set it up, I reply. I exhale. I guess I do have more to offer the group. Perfect, let's look at them both, says Logan. I feel relieved. Mom brings up the laptop so we can look at the pages. Everyone gives feedback, everyone except for Marielle. She's too busy studying my new tote bag hanging on my door. Where'd you get that? Asked Marielle. It's a tote bag Stella and I made, Mom replies proudly. We're going to start using them instead of plastic bags. They're very artistic. What if we sell them at the bake sale? We could sell them for more money than a cookie, says Marielle. We gasp. That's a good suggestion. Yes, we all say together. We'll raise so much money. I reply. My eyes are filled with dollar signs. Thousands, chimes in Logan. Millions, adds Kristen. I doubt millions, says Marielle skeptically. Regardless of the amount, it definitely is a start, says Stanley. Marielle stands up. We definitely should have at least one other meeting. We need to make all of the posters, plan the decorations, and figure out who is going to make what. Let's do my place next time. My parents already said it's fine. I'm a little annoyed that Marielle is taking over the meeting some, but she has a point. I'm very curious to know where she lives. I might even get more clues to who Marielle is because right now she's a bit of a mystery. So, guys, that was chapter 22. Take some time, chat about chapter 22 and chart on your own in your own chart what happened in chapter 22. Okay. Then, when you guys are done, you can pause me for now. When you're done, you guys can come back to the video and listen to chapter 23. All right. So, here we go. Chapter 23. Once we have the approval from Jenny's dance teacher to hold our bake sale at their recital, the Sea Musketeers go to work. Each person in the group is responsible for bringing at least one item for the bake sale. Jenny's already decided on Vietnamese donuts, and Stanley's bringing limeade. Stanley says you can't find good limeade outside of Texas, and that his limeade is going to blow everyone's minds. Even Linda signs on to help. She's inspired by our tote bags and agrees to make a few, but out of yarn. While Mom and I plan on making more tote bags, Mom has the idea to include a free instructional guide at the bake sale on how to make an easy tote bag. That way, if people don't want to buy a bag, they can still learn to make their own. I even asked Dad for money when he finally calls to thank me for his present from Mexico. After I tell him about the tasty chap- chapulines, I tell him about my crusade. I asked Dad to stop using plastic straws and bags. He responds, I'll try. I'm a little skeptical, but he could surprise me. When I go to the next Sea Musketeers meeting, I discover that Marielle lives not that far from me. She only lives a little bit closer to downtown Chicago than I do. Since our meeting is on a Saturday, Mom drops me off. I can hear salsa music from the front door of Marielle's house. I knock cautiously. My first knock is too soft, so Mom has to knock again. An old woman answers the door. She's wearing a giant shawl around her shoulders. ¿Quién es? I'm Stella. The old woman doesn't respond. Me llamo Stella, I repeat, this time in Spanish. She looks confused. Mom steps in. Buenos dias, señora. Estamos buscando a Mariel. Sí, I say, agreeing that we're looking for a Mariel. Ah, sí, la amiga de Mariel. Mucho gusto. The old woman says this in a way that's easy for me to follow. I'm sort of shocked, though, by what she says. Then she leans away from the door. Mi amorcita es tu amiguita. This old woman just called me Mariel's friend twice. She must be mistaken or not know Marielle too well because we're clearly not friends yet. Un momento, abuelita, I hear Marielle say that she'll only be a moment to her grandmother. This makes sense. The old woman reminds me of a familiar version of my own abuela. Por favor, entra, Marielle's grandmother says, welcoming us inside. Mom turns to me. Do you want me to wait with you? I'm okay. I understand her, I reply. Mom kisses me on the top of the head and leaves. Marielle's grandmother tells me in Spanish to sit on the couch and that Marielle will be there soon. While I wait, I study Marielle's house. It's brightly colored in oranges and pinks. It almost looks tropical with all the wicker and plants. I even see a parrot the color of a mango in a cage. Marielle enters the living room. Good, you're on time. I'm always on time, I think. Instead, I reply, Is that your abuela? Yeah, she moved in with us this year from Puerto Rico. She's getting older, and with the hurricanes, my parents decided she should move in with us. Wow, I reply. Marielle nods. It's nice to have her with us. We just moved to Chicago. She's like having a piece of home here. I didn't know you were new here, I reply. My dad got a new job, but I don't really like it here. I miss all of my friends in Florida. I had a bunch of friends who I could speak Spanish with. I also miss the ocean. Meryl slumps forward a little bit. Suddenly, I understand her a bit better. She wasn't upset with me that first day because I didn't speak Spanish. She was just disappointed that I wasn't exactly like one of her friends back in Miami. Maybe I should worry less about whether I fit in with other Latinos or not. Well, I don't speak Spanish perfectly, but I'll be your friend. Maybe you can help me get better at speaking Espanol too. Mariel's eyes spark a little. I'd like that, she replies. My Mexico trip is the first time I ever swam in the ocean, and I already miss it. I understand why you miss it so much. Yeah, I could see all these tropical fishes, especially when we went to Key West. Amazing, I reply. Before the rest of the kids show up, Marielle shows me some of the pictures she's taken of fishes underwater. I spy a blue tang and a banded butterfish. There is even a picture of a spiny lobster. Spiny lobsters are different from regular lobsters because they don't have claws. Instead, they have two huge armor-plated antennae. Her shark pictures probably scare me the most, but it does remind me of a conversation starter I wrote down. Did you know that sharks and dolphins are lighter on the bottom and darker on the top so that they can camouflage themselves in the water? I didn't know that. Tell me more, says Marielle. Secretly, I squeal. That was one of the conversation starters I had planned to use at school, but this seems like the best time to really start a conversation. Well, when you're on top of the water looking down, things look dark. But when you're swimming underwater, things look lighter because you're looking up at the sun. Wow, I never realized that. You're right. I smile. It feels nice to have finally started a real conversation with Marielle. When the rest of the Sea Musketeers show up, we spend the afternoon making a giant banner and a list of everything we'll need. We'll need pens. I'll bring those, says Kristen. And I can bring plastic plates and cups, says Jenny. No, Logan shakes his head. That just creates more plastic waste. Jenny looks embarrassed. I quickly say, it's okay. Could you bring some paper napkins instead? She nods her head. Let's just try to keep all the treats handheld and display them on reusable trays, adds Kristen. That way we're not being wasteful. Stanley pouts a little. I guess I'll bring more M&M cookies instead of limeade. Maybe you could bring limeade for us, I say. We'll bring reusable cups. Logan replies, good idea. I'll wash them too. It'll keep team spirits high, says Marielle, smiling. Then Kristen shows us the blog with our pledge again, and we all approve. As everyone works on banners and posters, I come to a new realization. I am almost glad that saving the oceans is something I can't do alone. While I wish I could fix the oceans with a snap of my fingers, working with others and making new friends is pretty fun. And that was chapter 23. All right, guys, so take some time, chat about what happened and make sure that you guys chart what happened for chapter 23. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Please make sure that you do what you need to do and get your work done from this week, okay? All right, guys, I will see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.